To another Music Maker guitar video. Please make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get all the latest content. Also leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see next. It's Funky Friday, so I'm playing a tune by my band Funk Norris. It's called Dojo. We're getting ready to go live. We're rehearsing a bunch. I'm getting really stoked. I'm going to announce a date on that as soon as we finalize it. But it's coming soon. Coming soon. Before this February. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about writing because on Tuesday I did my Technique Tuesday video and I've been sticking to my plan, and my plan was to actually just write a little bit more like kind of Instagram guitar-y kind of stuff. Basically, like, been checking out some guitar players on Instagram, really loving what I see, and it's just a different thing than what I do. I'm going to share 3 things that I learned from my practice this week. The first thing is that, like, number one, it kind of more reinforces it. I already knew this, but the fact that this helped me so much this week, it really helped reinforce that it's really good for your guitar practice to change your routine. Like, as soon as you feel comfortable doing something, challenge yourself. Like, put yourself, like, kind of throw yourself in the deep end, so to speak, and try to work something out. Even if you don't get it all the way worked out the way you want it to be worked out in your head, what you're going to find out is that you come out of the woodshed, out of the practice session, just as, like, you understand more about the instrument and about yourself. So that's really cool. So that's number one thing, is that it's just healthy to change your routine as often as possible. And you know, like I said, I already knew that. I already tell my students to do that all the time. But it really reinforced it for me that it is helpful. So number 2, and this is like kind of an important one, because what's happened over the last couple of days is, like, it's almost like a little bit more frustrating, the rehearsal time, because you spend maybe an hour trying to get like 15 to 30 seconds of music just really perfected, super clean, so that you're proud to post it on Instagram, obviously. You know what I mean? And what it's doing is, like, basically kind of 2 things. So kind of I learned that it's important to do this, because what it'll do is it'll add to, like, say you have like an arsenal of riffs that you use. Like, for me, I'm an improviser, so, like, I have like a certain set of things that I've transcribed or that I've written that I know are really great. Not that, like, I play the same licks, but, like, I use them as motifs and I try to develop them. Like if I write something, instead of playing it the same way all the time, like, I might try to play it backwards one day, or I might try to play it like inverted in some way. Or I might just change the pattern of the rhythm, or there's like any number of things that you can change, but it's still like kind of like a thing that lives inside of your, like, arsenal of stuff that you know how to do and know how to play. So one thing that's like a really added benefit of practicing this is that it adds to that arsenal, like, it gets bigger. But the thing that is the takeaway, I think this is maybe a negative part of practicing this way, is that you don't, like, write full developed, like, songs. Like, you don't get like a full idea, which is, I was complaining a little bit Tuesday, like, a lot of these Instagram guitar players, I'm such a big fan of what they do that I go and I click and I try to find more, and then I can't, like, listen to a record or something on Spotify. So it's like a little bit like of a bummer, because, like, I want to hear more music and they don't have it yet. And I would imagine, like, some of that has to do with, like, you're just spending so much time like perfecting these riffs that maybe you just haven't gone and written a record, because like it takes hours a day to get this right. So I think that's the number two thing that I learned that I'd like to share with you guys, is that like it's got a benefit, and it's also got, it's like a double-edged sword. It's got a positive and a negative to it. So I think it's like I said with item number one here, it's just healthy to change your routine. So like if you're a person that does that all the time, it might be worth it to like simplify, write something really like just simple and catchy, and then like improvise and play over it. Use all your cool licks that you've been working on and like string them together in some other kind of stream of consciousness and some other kind of way of expressing your art. But if you're somebody who's like me, who you just throw on the loop pedal and you improvise like all the time, it might be a good idea to just sit and work on like one silly, complex thing that you're thinking about for a long time. So I'm trying to do that myself. And then number three is an interesting one. I always tell people that they need to really transcribe other musicians. Like, it's important for jazz players to transcribe Miles Davis and Coltrane and Louis Armstrong and like the greats. And like if you're trying to get into bebop, like you have to transcribe Charlie Parker. And if you're trying to get into like 80s hair metal, like you have to transcribe some Van Halen. If you're trying to like get into like funk, you have to transcribe a little bit of Earth, Wind and Fire. Like it's kind of, and Stevie Wonder, like it's kind of like how you learn the language, is to learn like what the others who speak the language fluently said. So this is cool because it's kind of like a way to find your own voice without having to transcribe somebody else's work and go like, oh, that's interesting. You kind of just, when you're hearing the thought in your head, it's like you're transcribing what you already hear, and you might not know where that goes here yet. You might have to figure that out, and that's what I spent my time practicing a lot of, is like transcribing my own thoughts in my own mind, which is, again, that's like a healthy new thing for me because I don't do that often. So I would encourage anybody who doesn't practice, like maybe making some Instagram guitar, 15 seconds of some kind of flashy riff, you know, whatever it is, you should invest some time in that. And then the other way around, if you only do that, maybe you should invest some time in like playing to tracks and like jamming and maybe like trying to write a full simple song. You know, like you guys should everybody should always branch out and get a little bit better. I think I'm going to leave it with that today, but it's been a really enjoyable week. I think next week, I'm not going to take the week off, but I'm going to take the week easy. So you might not see an upload from me like Monday through Friday next week, but I'll be here. I'll be around. It'll probably just be more fun stuff because it's holidays and I like to do fun stuff, so that's what it is. But anyways, please do like and subscribe. If you want to do a more in-depth lesson, please go over to the website. Quick digression. Thank you to all of those who've been checking out the website. I've been, again, seeing a lot of people downloading my packet. Be sure to come back in January for that, because there's going to be packet 2020. I'm going to be dropping that on New Year's. So it's going to be updated. It's just going to look a little bit prettier, and it's going to have a couple more details. So it's just kind of an updated version. It's mainly all the same important stuff, same important shapes, same important things. But I'd like to, just thank everybody who's been going there and downloading it, and I'd like to thank everybody who's been signing up and like asking questions. I've gotten a lot of really, really great new videos done because of the really great questions that I've gotten. So thank you all for doing that. Please go visit me over there if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good weekend.